All right, today we're going to continue planning our endangered species research report. So you are going to go to your Google Classroom. You're going to go to classwork at the top. You went to this yesterday, so you should be able to find it. On the left, it says writing pieces. And then you'll see endangered animal writing piece at the top. Yours will be black, not gray, because it'll already be posted. So you're going to go to the planning page. Remember, if you click on yours, it looks a little different than mine. When you click on it, the planning page will be on the top right side. If there are two buttons there, one says planning and one just starts with endangered animal research paper. So the planning page is what we're working on today. So you're going to go to the planning page, and you should have already filled in the red boxes. If you didn't fill in the red boxes yesterday, then you need to go back to yesterday's assignment and watch the video and get the red boxes filled in first. So I noticed that yesterday I forgot to write my name in here. So you also need to fill in your name. And remember, we're just typing in the boxes, not making a mess and deleting boxes. We just click in the box and we type. That's it. So today, all we're focusing on are the orange boxes, which are things we already know. So we're looking at, for my animal, and nobody else's, is the Javan rhino. You should not be doing the Javan rhino because I'm doing the Javan rhino. I don't want you to copy mine. So the Javan rhino is we're going to be looking at the first body paragraph, the first orange box, says subtopic is characteristics for this paragraph. So I'm looking only at describing and traits of this animal. So things I know. This might be a brand new animal to you. It's okay if you don't know very much about it. So I'm actually just going to kind of look at the picture that I found. I have this rhino right here. I can only see his head. So is that going to give me a good idea of it? No, I'm going to start off with its head, but then I'm going to look up another picture that's going to give me more information. So as I look at this picture, I'm looking for characteristics or traits. So traits, I'm going to say tall ears is a trait. And I'm actually going to use bullet points. You don't have to, but I like to use bullet points to keep myself organized. So bullet points here, I have tall ears. And then when I click enter, it's going to add another dot for me, another bullet, but it's also going to make my box bigger. I never need to make the box bigger. All I have to do is click enter, and it will make the box bigger for me. So I have tall ears. I have a horn on his nose. Horn on nose. I have that he's kind of a blackish gray. So I click enter. Black/gray. I'm going to keep looking. Small eyes. Click enter. Small eyes. These are all different things I'm describing just from looking. These are characteristics. So I'm going to go back over here, and I notice that there's wrinkles back here, wrinkly skin. Wrinkles. Okay, and so now that I've kind of exhausted this picture, I've looked at most of it, I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to make sure I spell my animal correctly. Javanrhino. Javan rhino. And I'm just going to look at pictures because we're not really reading things. We're not trying to figure anything out that's a big research thing. I'm just looking at the pictures to be able to add some more characteristics. So if I look at this picture and this picture, I think their skin looks really thick, kind of like armor. So I'm going to write that down on my planning sheet. Thick, armor-like skin. And notice that it went to the next line for me. I did not have to click enter because enter would have given me another bullet. Now I can click enter and it'll give me another bullet to show me that this is a different characteristic. Thick armor-like skin. And I'm actually going to say armor-like skin to kind of make it look like it's one word. Okay, I'm going to look at the pictures again, see if there's anything I missed. Most of its interesting features are on its head. And I already did its head. So it looks like I'm pretty much done. It has that thick skin. It does have a little tail. So I'm going to write small tail, and then I'm going to be done. Small tail. So we're only filling out the orange part. So you're going to go to I wonder and things I learned later. Today we're just doing orange box. So I'm finished with body paragraph number 1 about characteristics. Now I'm going to body paragraph 2. This is about the habitat. So I don't know very much about this rhino, so I'm probably not going to have a ton of things in this box. It doesn't have to have the same number of things as the characteristics box. It's okay if our paragraphs are different sizes. So I know I'm going to, again, go up here to the bullet points, bulleted list, and I click. It'll add a bullet for me. And I'm looking at the pictures, and all I can tell about their habitat is that they live mostly in water, but they also are sometimes out of water. So they aren't like a fish where they have to stay in water. So I'm just going to write live in water and on land. And that's really all I know about the habitat. Now, if I look back at what habitat means, it means biome, which I wasn't able to tell because it just looked like water. The climate, you can't really tell from the pictures. You could say plants and animals, but I didn't see any other animals. But I could say that there's green plants because that tells us that it's not in the tundra, because the tundra would be very cold and icy. So I'm going to click enter, and I'm just going to add one more, green plant. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't need to try to come up with a whole bunch of information if I don't already know it, because I'm going to type that up when I research it later. So that's the orange box in my habitat paragraph. So now I'm going to go back down to the next one. The third body paragraph, our subtopic is predators and prey. Now, I don't know anything about rhinos. I have no idea what they eat. I have no idea who eats them. But I do see in this picture that these guys look like they hurt the rhino. They poached him, which kind of means hunting really big animals, probably for their thick skin or for their horn. So I'm not even going to click on it because I don't want to see very close. But it looks like they're posing with it like they hunted it down. So I'm going to say that one of the predators is humans. So I know, and I'm going to click the bullet points, humans, poach. Remember, that's another word for hunt, poach, rhinos. I don't know why yet. That's something that I might wonder for later, but I'm not filling that out. I'm only filling out the orange section. Now I'm going to the body paragraph number 4. This one's about adaptations, things that help your animal survive. So some of these are going to be very similar to your characteristics. So I'm going to put my bullet point here, and I might not know why it helps them, but if I look at my characteristics, I definitely know that the horn on their nose is something special that helps them survive. Horn on nose. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I want to fill in more information once I research why that horn is there and how it protects them. I click enter, and it adds a new bullet point. So there's a horn on its nose, and then another characteristic that I think would be very important is the thick armor-like skin. The thick skin probably helps it be harder to catch or harder to hurt. So I'm just going to say thick skin. So it's in 2 different paragraphs, but when I'm talking about it in this paragraph, I'm talking about how it helps the animal survive. When I'm talking about it in the characteristics paragraph, all I'm talking about is the different characteristics, what it looks like. I'm describing it. So my adaptations paragraph is complete, and I've done all of the orange ones. I scrolled through. Remember, this one's pink, not red. We should have all orange boxes and all red boxes completed. If you don't, you need to go back to yesterday, watch the video to fill out the red boxes. Today was orange boxes. So hopefully you're able to get this finished today and be ready to work on some more on Monday. I hope you're having fun doing this. I think it's really cool to look up different animals that we haven't learned about yet.